Welcome back. Thanks for joining me again. Sam the Electrician here, talking about Western Independence and Alberta Separation. Monday update day. Couple big things happened recently, apart from all the blockades, all that stuff, which I'm going to make a separate video about probably tomorrow. Got to do a little bit more research on it. To tell the truth, I haven't really been paying attention to the finer details of it all. I just find it all so ridiculous. And how it just shows how stupid Central Canadians are. They're hurting themselves by blocking off their own via rail transport in Ontario. I'm sure some of that was felt in the West, but blocking off a via rail passenger service between Toronto and Ottawa isn't going to piss anyone else off except Ontarians. And if anything, it'll drive them more to the west side of these issues. So, I mean, that's just my short take on it now. I don't know. As I say, I haven't really been reading up on it. But there were two big things that happened, three things that happened this weekend and today. I believe it was Thursday or Friday. Michelle Rempel put out a video where her and 4 federal MPs in the Conservative Party have been able to actually see through the lies, and they've seen the truth. I mean, they're down there living it, so I can't believe they haven't come to this conclusion before now. But they've come to the conclusion that Alberta is screwed constitutionally, and we're always going to get a lesser deal in Confederation. And so they issued something called the Buffalo Resolution. I highly suggest you go take a look at that, Google it. It's essentially an expansion of the firewall letter, but on a federal level, of the four federal MPs that signed on to it. And I can attest through personal knowledge that I'm not on Twitter, but I know somebody who is. And they said all weekend they're getting Twitter feeds from leftist people trying to block and censor Michelle Rempel. Of course, they're, again, the left's go-to playbook. Oh, somebody has an opinion that we don't like, so let's deplatform them and not let them speak. Ideological fascism in its truest form. Someone disagrees with me, so let's take away their rights, and let's not let them speak on any internet platforms, and just that kind of fascistic garbage that comes along with the left and collectivists. Another thing that happened was Trudeau actually ordered some of the blockades to be taken down by force today or yesterday, I forget. So we'll see how that develops. As I said, I'll expand on all that in another video. And then today, the Alberta Court of Appeals ruled in favor of the oil industry and Albertans that indeed a federal carbon tax is government overreach and unconstitutional. And so the court basically told the federal government to get their sticky little fingers out of our province. Taxation and that sort of stuff in the environment is the mandate of the provinces. Should be determined for and by the people of each province. And the federal carbon tax is a government overreach, so that's really good news. I'm sure it's not the end of it, and I'm sure in the end it'll end up going to the Supreme Court of Canada, who, I hate to say it, but I'm sure they've swallowed the Kool-Aid too, and I'm sure they're going to ram the carbon tax down our throats. But that's only a matter of time before people in Canada realize you can't change the weather through taxation. And they'll get sick of having the onerous punishment that they're putting on themselves, especially when, the groups that are advising Trudeau have now upped their game again. They want $240 a ton carbon tax. You think it's bad now with $30 or $40 a ton. They going up to $50 is the plan for right now. The group that advises Trudeau wants between $240 and $320 a ton. Possibly they've even spoken on the outside fringes of $500 a ton carbon tax. Just again, the most ridiculous, we'll take your money and we'll change the weather. It's the most spurious reasoning. I can't believe that adults fall for it. But there you have it. The court, Alberta Court of Appeal didn't, or at least in the constitutionality of it anyway. So whether or not we actually get a reprieve from the taxes or not, that's a different story. But we won a small battle in the war. And it's good that the court can give a rebuke to the federal government for, tyrannically trying to impose taxes on us that do not, will not change the weather. So anyway, that's my quick Monday update. Thanks for joining me. Like I say, I'll be talking about this whole blockade thing tomorrow or the next day. I'll do some research and I'll do a good video on that. So join me if you can, and take it easy.